How many of you feel like you waste money sometimes? Today I'm here to persuade you to always buy generic products. Many of you are probably thinking, why should I buy generic products? I'm happy with buying brand name items. But honestly, there are many positive factors that come from buying generic. I have done research by reading books and articles. Also, through my own personal experience, I have bought generic products. You should always buy generic because generic products are cheaper. Generic products are basically the same as name brand products, and I will also be responding to some opposing views. Generic products are cheaper than name brand products. They usually cost 25 to 50% less than their brand name counterpart. For example, cereal. A name brand cereal will cost about $4, while generic versions cost about $3. According to ABC News, usually the generic product comes in a bigger bag and will contain either double or triple the amount. The brand name cereal also costs more due to additional incentives such as a toy or other special prizes included in the box. Another example are pain relievers. Tylenol costs $11 while a generic brand costs $7. This price difference shows a 57% difference, showing that generic products are definitely cheaper. Some cleaning products that you should definitely buy generic are soap, window cleaners, and bleach. Not only are the generic versions cheaper, but they are also going to get the job done. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, the average family of 4 spends anywhere from $500 to $1,200 a month on groceries using name brands. Name brand products cost more due to packaging, and obviously because you are paying for the name. According to CBS News, the main reason why brands cost more than generics is because of all the advertising you see on TV, on billboards, and in magazines. Name brand products and drugs are more expensive because on top of advertising, their companies have to cover the costs for research and development of their drugs. So companies that produce generic products can afford to give you great pricing because they didn't spend any money on research for drugs or on advertising. Kathy Rosenbaum, pharmacist and CEO of RX Integrative Solutions, states, "There is a public perception that generics are cheap and bad. Typically, generics are just as effective as the name brand products, and they are typically cheaper." Now that you know how generic products are cheaper, let's look at how they are basically the same as name brand items. Many generics are made from the same ingredients as their name brand counterparts. For example, salt. Anywhere you go, salt is going to be salt. It's going to have the same ingredient, iodine. So why pay more for a name brand when the generic product looks and tastes exactly the same? The same goes for flours and spices. No matter what brand of flour or spices you buy, these two ingredients are going to make your food taste the same. According to William Hubbard, former Associate Commissioner of the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, he states that, in theory, generics are every bit as high quality as name brand. 67% of Americans take generic medications, and studies have shown them to be just as effective as buying brand names. Buying generic can save you up to $150 a month. In a year, you could save close to $2,000. Now that you know that generic products are equivalent to brand name, let's address some concerns you may have with buying generic. Many of you believe that you should not buy generics. You may believe that generics are different from name brands and you're accustomed to buying your name brand products. According to Time magazine, many generic store brand foods are actually made by the same companies that produce the higher name brand stuff. The foods have been known to come out of the same factories, with the only difference being the label. Again, buying generic is an easy way to save 30% without sacrificing quality. The company selling the branded item is selling the perception of something better. Jason Gerwin, CEO of Pushpins, a mobile coupon company, states, "Consumers don't buy generic because they think it makes them look bad." What you may not know is that supermarkets actually trick you into buying generic name brand products and their other expensive products. When going shopping, usually women take their children. When shopping in the supermarket, brand name products and the more expensive items are always at eye level, making it easier to grab. The cheaper and generic products are usually on higher to reach shelves or on shelves near the floor. Supermarket analysts believe that you will either be too lazy to reach up or down for these items. It is usually generally easy to grab what is right in front of you. Lastly, supermarkets also manipulate children. According to the Huffington Post, the most expensive cereals and other kid products are located at a child's eye level. Naomi Klein, author of No Logo, believes that you should not buy generic products. Her book focuses on anti-globalization and how the American economy has stopped making things and is focusing on managing brands. Klein believes that brands have dominated our mental environment and colonized our sense of world. Many of you are wondering if buying generic products are safe. The FDA requires the same standards of production, ingredients, and storage for the generic versions of flour, salt, sugar, and spices. It is almost impossible to find the difference between generic and name brand for these products. Generic drugs are also safe. The FDA requires drugs to have the same quality and performance, and they go through the same testing and have the same active ingredient. So in conclusion, I have shared with you reasons to buy generic. Generic products are cheaper and they are basically the same as name brand items. And I've also responded to opposing views. Hopefully I have persuaded you to buy generics and save money. Just remember, cheaper does not mean lower quality.